Yeah, who would have thunk?
Yep.
Well,
Who'da thunk?
I knew that since The Far Side, which I've been reading since I was like 6, which really explains a lot.
All right. Everybody here?
I mean,
Everybody ready?
I think we're all here, which is
Yeah,
amazing. We're
I'm
never
signing
all
up.
here on
Signing
time.
my roll 20.
I'm actually here today. Yeah.
Like, we are never all here on time. This is amazing.
Yeah, I figured definitely didn't want to miss this one.
Why? You want to come back and watch the Lady Clar face off some more?
I'm sorry. The what?
Do you not
Do
remember?
you not remember that?
I
No,
don't.
he wasn't here. He wasn't here last time.
Oh,
He wasn't
that's right.
here. Oh, he wasn't here. What the? He doesn't
Yeah.
know about the girl.
Oh,
Does anybody- somebody break it down for him. What happened?
Oh boy.
All right. It's been a little bit, but we came.
I'll help you.
Yeah, we came inside the city. We talked to Douchey Magoo.
That's about right. Yeah.
He probably needs more info than just that.
Yeah, probably. Specifically, we talked to. I think I have him in my notes.
What we do, we have his information. It's Ranverth Rabura.
Yep, regional commander of the Edrithian armies for Fort Felstad.
And it turns out this dude is possibly the greatest douchebag of all time. However,
he's
comma,
That's debatable. We're currently dealing with a demon that's kind of a douche right now.
that should tell you a lot that this guy is pinging the 10 out of 10 of my douchebag-o-meter. I mean,
Yeah, fair enough.
so we...
Pinging a 10 on the douchebag-o-meter.
That's exactly right. So, so we finally...
That
I remember
was
being
in the notes.
that Adric wasn't there because it would have started a fight.
It would have started a
Yes.
fight, yeah. So...
Yes, it absolutely would have.
Okay, so to try to get a little more details, we came to the city and we ignored literally like 9 plot hooks that Hockey was dangling in front of us. And we made a beeline for like the fort in the center of the city. We got hung out to dry for like 30 minutes just sitting there waiting. And then as we made our way through the fort to the pseudo-palace in the center of the fort in the center of the city, let me know when this starts getting a little bit like kids' musical for you. We started seeing that basically the army is terrible, has no discipline whatsoever, and no one's really paying attention. And when someone tried to bring it up, it didn't work all that well. And all of a sudden, we go from in the middle of the fort, in the middle of the city, outside of the palace, in the middle of the army that has no discipline whatsoever. We find that the little palace this guy is in has like priceless elven carpets, and
They're priceless elven rugs.
There we go. Priceless elven rugs.
They were
Antique
millennia
rugs.
old,
Yeah.
Too old.
and we were just walking all over them.
No, you were. Reed went off to the side. He recognized them.
Well, nobody said shit, so
Yes, but he stepped off to the side and refused to step on them. So we walked up and started talking to the, eventually we walked up and started to do the 10 out of 10 the douchebag-o-meter. He made us sit there for a while and kind of didn't pay attention to us for a bit. Because he was eating dinner, naturally, more important, the 4 adventurers coming here giving you information. Eventually we talked to him, and he paid us basically no attention, didn't believe that we actually had a mission to see him, really didn't even listen to the letter, which is kind of weird, because he didn't want to listen to our letter, even though he'd been getting daily letters from the guy that sent our letter. Kind of odd.
it'd be weird if you listened to a letter, though. Kind of hard.
I get
Man,
the point he's making.
Matt-
Rather strange.
Look, there is magic in this campaign, and if Harry Potter has taught me one thing, letters can talk, and if your mom sends you one, it better not be in a red envelope. Anyways, moving on. Yes! References! Anyways, moving on.
Hey.
So he doesn't listen to us until we mention that, by the way, there's a dude outside that was, had some bandits that we were doing, and all of a sudden we learned this guy was actually, like, a potential lieutenant in the First Empire Army, and he's kind of a big deal. And about this time, Ranverth decides that, wait, maybe these guys are a little bit important, so he puts us up in an inn. As a player, this really concerns me, and my character didn't pay any attention to this whatsoever, because, hey, it was an honor. So we get kicked out of the palace, and we get kicked out of the fort in the middle of the city, and we started exploring, and this is where we all split up. So then we have Kai...
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about
No,
it.
we're talking about it.
Now
So-
you have my full attention.
So we split up a little bit. So first of all, we have Edrithian, who tries to go to the library, and turns out, wouldn't you know, the library's closed because it's like 8 o'clock at night. So
Yeah, oh,
he goes
well.
back, and his journey's over for the night. But hey, at least he tried. So then Reed and Zixo decide to go to a local church, because Reed prays, that's a thing that he does. And Reed scares the hell out of the local priest because, hey, heavily armed dude walking into a church who wasn't even thinking about it. So Reed prays heavily armed in the middle of a church, scaring all the priests. Now, at this point, we got Kai and Elisar, who are...
Oh boy.
Let's see. So I've used Abbott and Costello. I have used Laurel and Hardy. What's another comedy pairing that I haven't done? Goofy and Pluto their way through the city. First, they go to a blacksmith where they try to buy arrows. Wouldn't you know, you got to go to a Fletcher to buy arrows. They try to buy some +2 armor. Wouldn't you know, that's expensive, and we don't have any money.
Yeah.
Then they learn
yeah.
that,
When did you get tens of thousands of gold coins, guys?
oh, we didn't, but they want the +2
And-
shield, and they wanted the, what was it, the Javelin of Lightning.
Yeah.
The
That's what they call it all.
came out of jungle.
And then at
We
this
have
point,
nothing.
I forget
a-
if it was Kai or Elisar, but one of them utters an incredibly racist remark about humans, which thankfully the blacksmith agreed with, and the two of them decide to leave. Then they go to the local magic shop, which you can see marked on the map, which, let's face it, was basically like a black market area that had shady deals going on. Kai and Elisar happened to witness one of these, and instead of being the type of guys who go, maybe we shouldn't see this, they literally go spying on it, which is all kinds of fun.
Elisar turned into a fucking rat.
No, it was a spider on the roof.
Spider.
So Elisar
Small
goes in
spider.
as a spider and witnesses the entire deal, and because of some amazing stealth rules, no one pays any attention. Once the deal is over, Elisar then leaves, turns back into an elf, walks in to say hi, and once again tries to buy stuff, and learns that, well, about 100 gold, which is the most that any of us have, is worth dust. Quite literally,
Yes.
dust
Dust.
on a
Sparkling
shelf.
dust.
So that didn't work either. So having given up on basically anything going out well, they go home. Now, at this point, Reed is completely embarrassed at the fact that, once again, heavily armed in a church scaring people, but he still needs some information. So he walks up to the local priest, who again was worried about him. Keep in mind, Reed did pay him fairly handsomely to the church, so should have generated some nice feelings there. And Reed starts asking some questions, and first learns that the Lord here is not exactly happy with the church, which is kind of weird, because generally they work hand in hand. That's kind of how, you know, Edrithia works. But anyways, we'll move on from that. He doesn't really like the church. The local Dawn Guard, who's basically like the guard in the area of the various church officials, don't really get the ability to get much done because, once again, douchebag in the fort in the city. They don't get to do much, so we might need to get some help. And then all of a sudden, there's that one little coin-like medallion that Reed got taken off the body of the asshole who was hiring the bandits who hit the old man. It was really a bad thing that happened a couple sessions ago.
Yep.
So he gave this medallion to the priest, and the priest goes, "Oh dear, this person is really high up in the First Empire people. This is kind of a thing." So now Reed has that medallion, has to figure out what to do with it. And as Reed heads back to the inn with everybody else, all of a sudden we get into the inn, we're about to sit down to a really lovely dinner, and all of a sudden some really crazy bitch walks in with, I believe, red glowing eyes, something like that, looks at all of us, reaches
And
up,
just
and starts clawing her face off.
Clawing her fucking face off.
Just like that.
Bye.
And this is where we closed out last session because, hey, cliffhangers.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm on track here, you guys went to the city after you talked to McDouchebag. I would have tried to punch in the nuts.
Yep.
You split up for a little while. We had Martin and Lewis try to do God knows what in the magic shop. Reed found out that we may or may not have killed someone very important to the guys we don't want to piss
not
off.
dead. Not dead. Probably
Sorry.
is now because we handed him over to, once again, McDouchebag in the fort, but
Right.
did kill him.
Okay, so we turned over, so he's probably dead. And then crazy lady claws her face off. To death, or
No, she's still alive.
As far as we can tell. May not have been to begin with, but as far as we can tell, she still exists.
Yep, this is gonna be badly. Cast suggestion: stop doing that.
Oh, also, not to forget, we're in the middle of a tavern, which is
Yeah.
fairly populated, at dinner time, in the middle of a city, with a fort nearby, with a really high-up person in terms of military command.
Well, now that's
Just setting the scene.
And action.
It's
Nice. Perfect.
perfectly timed.
so.
Yeah, that was so good.
Okay, so like Reed said, everybody was back at the inn. You guys all arrived at the same time, and you took stock of the day, sort of just relaxing for a moment before you all split up to go to your rooms to rest. It's been a long day for you. You've had, you battled the druids in the morning on the shores of that river. Then you battled the First Empire, and then you've had this long trek in between. So you're back in the common room with the other patrons, and the door slams open. Framed in the darkness is this lady outside. She's armored and red glowing eyes. She has jet black hair, and she brings her hand up to her face and starts clawing. And everyone in the inn is silent for a moment, sort of taking in this newcomer and still sort of in shock, until finally a woman in the back screams, and then all hell breaks loose. The inn patrons leap up. They're screaming and shouting. Tables are overturned. There's a tumult. And as it reaches its crescendo, everybody roll perception.
Hey, that thing I can't do well.
I mean, it's not like Reed does it much better either. I mean, let's be honest.
Perception.
Which is kind of weird, because he actually has a plus one to that.
Holy God, Psycho!
And then Adric.
As Adric sits at the table with his mouth hitting the floor and beer and booze falling out, he is just stunned. Kai, Psycho, and Reed, you see only one patron is still sitting near the back. You guys are on the other side of the table, so near the back, as you start trying to turn around, you see sort of a hooded figure, seems to be reading a scroll. Looking back at this lady, she raises her hand up in the air, and as she raises it slowly upward and outward, she unleashes an ear-splitting scream, and you see the door jamb just burst a little bit, and the windows next to the door shatter, and you guys feel this concussive force. Everybody else is silenced for a moment, and that's where you guys stand.
Wait, as in
Holy
silence,
shit.
as in no spell silence?
No, just the scream sort of shocked everybody to silence.
And as Adric sits there, looking around the shop, and he goes, "Hey, I didn't get dinner yet."
So I'm like, so we're sitting all around this table. I'm probably like tuning my violin right before this happens. At the end of this, I look up and like, that wasn't me, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna still looking at this horrifying sight. It's like, you dumb gash! What are you doing to yourself?
I'm strumming a violin, man. Calm down.
Didn't realize you're a woman, but past that fact,
Wait.
I'm still
Who are you talking to?
shocked
He's
by
talking
this.
to the girl, I think.
I'm gonna try and hide behind some stuff here.
The patrons are all running about. Most of them are trying to get to the kitchens where there's a back door, and the other half are sort of cowering in the corner in the back, just trying to stay as far away from the doorway as they can.
And just to verify, at no point did we actually rest in any way whatsoever since, like...
Nope.
Negative.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Yeah, I got
This
two
hooded
first
figure.
level spells and one second level spell. So let's take
This hooded figure, does he look ominous, or is he one of like covered in like priest robes or something?
Roll an insight check.
I'm just tuning.
Can I get in on that, because I noticed him as well?
Sure.
Now that you point out the lady,
Okay.
I turn around, like, because I have my back facing toward to look over, like, oh,
Oh
Yeah.
God!
hey, we got a little something right there. You need a.
Psycho, you notice, you see a little hint of a sharpened ear. You recognize him as an elf. Reed, you see that he no longer has a scroll, and he seems to be furtively looking at the doorway and then out the window behind him where he's seated.
As in, like, nervous, frightened?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Gonna activate Divine Sense and see if this actually works for once.
Okay. And that is to
Detect
divine celestial
fiend or undead in some like direction, presence.
Sure.
Not exactly who they are.
So just in the middle of that, just a question: how fast? How fast is this going? Like, how fast is things happening right now?
She just barely got done with her scream. Sort of, she's inhaling another breath. It looks like.
Okay.
It's been seconds.
Pretty damn fast, yeah.
For that,
Reed,
Kai's
you
gonna
activate.
take cover.
Hold on one second. Reed
Okay,
activates his divine sense, and you get a ping off of Kai's wrist guard, but nothing else.
Man, this thing never works.
I'm gonna, after declaring, what are you doing? This is insanity. I'm gonna approach the woman and see if I can, get her claws off herself. Grab an arm.
Okay, so you're gonna approach and grab her arm.
Yeah, because this is like, don't do that to yourself.
Okay, Edric, you approach slowly. Hands sort of up. Trying to calm her down, and she raises her hands again to let out another scream, and you hear her scream, and as you reach up trying to touch her, your hand passes through her.
Oh, good.
Oh,
And do the rest of us see that?
Yes, you all are sort of watching him approach, and as his hand passes through behind you guys hear a
I'm gonna turn my head back around. What do I see?
I'm gonna look behind
that's
me.
what's gonna happen here too. Yep.
You no longer see the hooded figure in the back.
Oh no!
Is the window open or closed?
The window is closed.
Shattered.
I'ma cast silence spell on her, just to shut
You're
her
gonna
up.
do what? Silence. Okay. So it's gonna be centered on her.
Yep.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Just to
Right.
shut.
You do that, and you see as she's finishing her intake, and you can see her trying to vocalize the scream, but nothing's coming out, and she has no reaction to the non-audible nature of her voice.
Oh boy!
What the fuck?
Now you're why are you, Kai? Why are you making me look shit up, man? We just started, and you're making me look up spells. Why are you doing this?
No, he linked it. It's right there.
No, I'm not looking up his spell. I'm looking up other spells.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm trying to. Because that says that any spell with a verbal component is impossible to cast.
It won't work. Yeah.
Now I'm
inside
trying to
that.
figure out what I actually can do because Paladin rules work differently. God damn it,
So-
Kai.
Hockey, I'd like to. I'm beginning to think that she might be an illusion, and I'd like to take a look at her with my.
What do your gnome eyes see?
No mind.
Okay.
I just
With simple arcana, you can see that Adric's hand passed through as if she were an illusion, but you can't be entirely certain. You can tell she's incorporeal, and it seems as if there was actual damage done to the doorway and the windows next to her. You don't know if that damage originated from her or from something else, but there's no way for you to definitively find out.
Am I within range? Am I like inside the bubble of the silence?
I would say you guys were closer to the door. That was probably the only tables left at the time you guys arrived. But the door is still, you guys are right on the periphery. You guys are probably still outside of the silent spell.
Adric isn't.
Adric's right there, yeah. So he's inside.
yes. Yep.
So he's inside.
Less talking, more fighting.
Well, I don't know what you're saying because I'm pretty sure sound doesn't go.
Yeah,
Actually,
it doesn't.
Sound
I'm
doesn't-
deafened.
It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yep, you're
So
deaf.
that was an ordeal.
You see the woman intake another breath, getting ready to, it seems, to scream again.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, if she's just gonna keep doing that, then I'm. Alright.
I'm just gonna kind of. I don't know what to do. Fuck, I'm
gonna run towards the window.
Adric throws a left at this woman.
The window.
I don't understand.
Okay,
Punch
Adric,
her?
your fist passes through her. You don't feel anything.
This is how I work
okay,
through problems, guys.
so-
You should know. this.
LSR, you were going to go towards which window?
Oh, I was gonna run towards the window that
Oh,
the
okay.
hooded figure looked at.
You hurry to the back and take a look out and try and see anything suspicious. Down the alleyway, sort of kitty corner behind the inn, you see the hint of a robe pass as it turns the corner.
Oh boy, am I gonna have to pursue? Alright, I'm gonna long strider myself and possibly chase this guy.
Okay, are you going through the window or
That window's
around the
closed.
front?
Is it one of those windows that can be opened, or is it just something I have to fucking jump through?
Yeah, no, it's a small, it's about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet. It's just like a small, almost port window type thing. Just a little 4-paned, small, cheap window.
Oh, cheap. Okay. Yeah, right. It's not the one that you can just open up, is it?
No, it's built into the frame is built into the building.
God damn it.
So you have to matrix your way through that window if you want to go.
Yeah,
there.
I'm gonna matrix. I'm gonna defenestrate myself outside this one.
I
Yes.
say just
Right.
run right through her.
Try not to bleed to death because jumping through windows is kind of unpleasant.
Okay, so you're just gonna bust the window and crawl through, or are you gonna run and jump through?
What happened to the door?
Right?
No,
Right?
I'm assuming the
Also more
door.
than one door in the
I'm
tavern.
assuming. Oh, well, is there a door closer to what's?
If you want to be a
Where's the
lame
alley?
ass.
There's 2 doors in the inn. You know of the door out through the kitchens, which is off to the side, or the door in the front, which this woman is standing at.
Well, she's not exactly a threat right now.
Yeah,
She's
look,
not
I'm
even
just gonna
real.
run through the front.
Jesus
I'm gonna
Christ.
run through the front. Fuck it.
Okay. So you take off running through the front door. What is everybody else going to do when he does that?
So Reed's gonna kind of walk forward, try to push Adric to the side, and start making calming gestures at the ghost thing.
Okay. Everybody else?
I'm gonna guess
I'm gonna
that
test my
Elisar's
ears
got an
if they're
idea.
working or not.
I reckon Adric figured out the jig when it comes to this lady. Is pushed by his buddy Reed, and I'm gonna point and start saying something along the lines of, "What the fuck is this shit?" But
Man, all of these skills
She
in lip
can't
reading
hear.
that I
Okay.
just didn't put in.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to go over towards that the kitchen area you said, and kind of hang out there watching over the back entrance and my party, and just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
Realizing that Elisar just ran out the room for like no reason, presented, I'm gonna go after him
Okay.
as fast as my
so
little Russian can.
Kai, what were you going to do?
Yeah, I'm just taking a chill that now I don't have to
Okay.
suffer from her screams.
Okay. So Dratan and Elisar are the ones chasing after him. Everybody else is going to stay in the inn.
Reed's
Right,
working
correct.
on Ghost Lady. Yep.
I'm gonna stay in
Okay.
lane, yes.
All right. Dratan and Elisar, go ahead, roll initiative.
Well, I want to send Pip out to watch over those two from the
Okay.
rooftops.
Let me get some of these pages up.
By the
Roll
way,
initiative for Pip, then.
oh shit.
I'll just keep track of it here.
I tried looking psycho. I'm not seeing anything.
oh no, I've got the answer for that.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out how to copy and paste hands, and it's not really going too well.
I mean,
Copy and paste that.
I mean, to be 100% fair, Unicode does have hand symbols for this exact reason.
Yeah.
You might have to go look them up, but
Oh,
I thought,
you know,
I thought it was
fun
gonna be
fact.
YouTube videos.
Google is surprisingly smart. If you take the Unicode hands that's for what the fuck is happening, you copy and paste it, it does it into English.
Huh. That's actually
So,
kinda cool.
yeah, no, that threw me through a loop.
I need to roll initiative too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just add it in.
Even though I'm going to be significantly slower.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed her. Are we rolling initiative?
Jesus.
I missed that.
No, just the guys chasing.
Oh, okay.
You guys have now split the party successfully. So,
Man,
My
it took
God.
us 15 sessions. We finally split the party.
all right.
I was trying so hard for so long.
You guys have to run out the front door. And here, I'll go ahead and transition to the map.
Well,
so you
I'm
guys can
sending
see.
Pip out the back door to go up over the tavern to watch him.
There is no back door. There's a side door
Oh, the side door. Yeah, because that's where I'm at.
through the kitchen.
Man, this is a really small town.
Mm-hmm. What is this, a town for ants?
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is a joke. I know. Scaling things would be kind of hard.
So, let's see.
Not to scale.
Let's do it with yellow. So, he went out the back here, and he disappeared around that alley that way. You guys have to come out the front door and go around and go there, and Pip is going to come out here and fly up and look for him, correct?
Yeah, she's going to go up over that building, on top of that building. You got her end it there.
Okay. Let's see. So LSR. So this is the rules of the chase. You can use your dash 3 times plus your Constitution modifier, and then after that, you start incurring exhaustion if you fail a Constitution save. The rules of casting spells and actions and whatnot is the same. So if you do that, you cannot dash that turn. But opportunity attacks between the pursuers and the prey are non-existent because you guys are all moving in the same direction. However, if there's reinforcements or other third parties and they desire to attack you, then you will be incurring opportunity attacks trying to run by them. So that said,
does being hit stop me or slow me down at all? Unless, well, if it knocks me out, obviously. But
right, if it knocks you out. But no, other than that, it'll just be you run by and you get a hit. If you're trying to concentrate, you'll have to make a concentration save. But other than that, no.
Where are the horses?
They're in the stable.
Oh, they're away then.
Yeah, they're unsaddled. They're brushed down. They're in the stable.
All right. Well, I'm a halfling, and therefore I'm excessively short, and therefore am slow.
So bred for being a sprinter, yeah.
And Kai, your speed now is 40. Is that what it is?
Oh no, speed is
35.
45.
It's 30.
It's 45. I casted long strider on myself.
Sorry, I meant LSR, not Kai. So yours is 45 now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it takes you guys a moment or two to get around. Pip, when she's sending you back telegraphic signals, she sees this figure running down across the street, and he heads down this alleyway. He is already turning the corner when she gets up above that building. Yeah, I guess it's not really even a chase yet. You guys can't even see him. So,
Well,
I guess, yeah. So we will go LSR and then Pip and then Dratan. LSR, you are right here. So you tell me if you want to keep pursuing down where you saw him or where you want to go.
Yeah, where I saw him. I last saw him turning that corner, right?
Yeah, here, we'll use blue for you guys. Okay, so you sprint over there and you turn the corner and you can't see him anywhere.
Oh boy.
Pip, what is Pip going to do?
well, Pip saw him go around the corner, so he's going to swoop down and being very fast, kind of swoop in front of him and then lead off this way, and then swoop back up to see where he went after turning that corner.
So perform a dash and come down here.
Well, right in front of Elisar, because Elisar knows Pip. So.
Okay. So you're
Pip
going
is
to drop
going to
down.
lead Elisar to where
I see.
he went.
I see. Okay. So Elisar, you see Pip drop down and fly across the street over to that corner of the alleyway. Okay, Dratan, what are you going to do?
I come outside and I just get to see the back of Elisar's the back of his foot as he rounds the corner, and I realize I'm not going to be able to chase him.
Okay, so Dratan drops out of the race. Okay, Elisar, what are you going to do?
So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on Pip now, and probably make a dash. Yeah, I'm gonna make a dash to where Pip went for.
Okay.
Like around that corner.
Okay. You guys both turn the corner and you can't see him anywhere.
Ooh, fuck.
All right, Pip is going to go and gain some air, some height.
Okay.
And just go up and kind of fly in a circle going upwards, looking for any movement, especially in that dark alley over in this area.
Okay. Roll perception.
All right, let me check. She is perception +3. With advantage, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, no, that's a good roll. Right about, let me do the colors, right about here, you notice a barrel suddenly tip over.
Okay, and then she's going to try and look back at Elisar and egg him on that way.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I would be keeping an eye on Pip by now, I guess.
So Elisar, you see Pip fly up into the air, and you're sort of standing there at a loss looking around, and then Pip comes and flies down right in front of your face again and takes off like a shot down the street. And I assume you follow her?
Yes.
Okay. You guys make your way over there, and as... let me check one thing here.
Has it been raining recently in the area? Would there be any puddles or anything?
Oh, that's a good question. Roll a d20.
D20 for what? Just a D20?
Just a d20. Just a straight d20.
Hasn't the country been dry though?
It has. But they are next to the bay, so no, it hasn't with that roll. Okay. You guys, Pip. So what does Pip do? Is Pip going right up to the barrel? What are your actions?
No, Pip kind of goes above the barrel. And just
how far above?
Flies in a circle. Let's say like 50 feet.
Oh, okay, so just circling, sort of indicating that point. Okay, Elisar, what do you do?
Is this a water barrel?
I know. I'll get to it in a second. No, it seems to be an empty barrel. It just got knocked over.
All right, I'm gonna still run towards Pip, but I'm gonna start looking for anything. Like maybe.
Okay. Oh, like are you right by the barrel?
I don't know, but I think I'm just running in Pip's direction that she pointed around.
Pip went to the barrel or flew above the barrel and is now circling 30, 40, 50 feet right by it.
Also, at this point, she's going to alert Zixo that the quarry went to ground, so Zixo is going to come into the fray a few rounds behind everybody.
Okay. All right, Elisar.
All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna run towards where Pip warned me, towards the barrel that tipped over.
Okay.
I'm gonna be also keeping an eye on Pip, as well as trying to find maybe a mug or anything that might contain water inside them.
Sure. At this point, for you gentlemen in the inn, you see this screaming woman. She's tried to scream probably about 3 or 4 or 5 times now at this point. And finally, after the 5th one, she starts to twist and blink, almost like a projector screen, and then she blinks out of existence, and there's nothing there anymore.
Whew. It's
Naturally.
starting to freak me the fuck out.
Okay then.
Okay.
Do you
Reed's
dispel
also
the,
gonna twist and blink, generally looking around and blinking a couple times because things
Yeah.
have vanished.
do you dispel, Adric, do you dispel the side spell yet? Or no, Kai?
I didn't. Well, I'm relieved that the lady
If
is
she
gone, but
stops,
I
if
don't
she
know.
stops screaming, then I will.
Oh,
Well,
Are
she's
you
not
still-
there anymore.
Yeah, she's not there anymore.
Yeah,
She vanished.
Edric is
Okay,
relieved the
then-
lady's gone, but I'm still trying to figure out why I can't hear anything. That's still.
Then it's gone. Oof.
And then he ran
Okay.
off down the aisleway, and I have no idea what the hell he's doing.
That's good.
I've been
Okay.
off. I'm gonna address Reed. It's like I've been doing other things in my spare time. Did you know that woman? You met her? Fuck. What was that?
Is there any chance Reed recognized anything about that?
No, the armor was nondescript. There was no symbols or there's no symbols or emblems, any sigils, nothing like that. No heraldry. She seemed, she was human enough to be from any locale within the region.
I am not paying for any of the damage.
Wow, that is a
didn't-
Moist von Lipfig level of nondescript. Okay. Wow. Reed's just kind of sitting there blinking, and then turns over and looks at Zertan and says, "So where did they go?"
So Kai, excuse me, I did not say that. For some reason, I keep getting
What?
Elisar and Kai mixed up. Racism. Anyway,
Because we're elves.
Seen one up,
Yeah,
you've seen them all.
yeah. So Elisar just took down the alley over there, and I'm short, so I can't keep up with him, and he's gone.
So, just out of curiosity, my space horse. Fairly.
Your space horse with the Cockney accent.
That one.
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm more than familiar with the Space Horse name, but
It now has a Cockney accent.
accent.
It
This
may
is
or may
Cockney
not
accent.
change in the future depending on DM Wiles. So
Yeah.
Oh, just okay, Hockey. Grab me one request and keep it going on at least for the rest of the night.
okay.
This is
Yes.
this is how you start. This is how you start asking things to your DM. So my space horse, fairly intelligent.
Mhm.
So would obviously be able to get itself out of a stable on its own, right?
You would think so. Yeah.
Like simple latches.
It did it beforehand. when we
That's
first saw
actually
it.
true. It has done it beforehand. Okay, so we already know that it can do this. So I'm going to make half an assumption that a horse that's intelligent enough to get itself out of a stable would also be intelligent enough to help its rider ride without saddle or bridle to a fair extent, considering I don't need to direct it with hands. So if Reed wants to follow them, could he just seriously just whistle up the horse, wait 30 seconds, then jump on and take off?
If the horse is going to dash, as in gallop, at top speed, you would probably have to make some sort of athletics or acrobatics check or animal handling check to stay on top of it. But yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with everything else.
This sounds like an amazing idea that is in no way going to end badly for Reed and his terrible rolls. So
Do it.
So that's what we're gonna do. Reed's gonna follow Edrithian's instructions and get his horse and try to catch up.
Okay.
And,
Zix went out the side door, of
All
course.
right.
Oh, since I'm staying at the inn, before you guys start all that nonsense, I'm gonna look to the keeper, say hi, visibly shaken.
She's not here.
So, oh,
she's standing in the kitchen, sort of looking, and now that the phantasm has disappeared, she's just sort of sitting there,
Okay.
mouth
So-
agape, and looking at all of you guys.
a hand raised and a finger pointed. I was like, could I get a meal and a drink for me and baby legs over there?
Knew it was coming. It was either that or what do you put in the drinks around here? It was one or the other.
I'm
She
just
stares at you and just soundlessly nods and goes back into the kitchen.
and I'll pat the seat next to me, looking at Saf or Dratan. Just do the nod over with your head, like, come on, have a seat.
I am casting suggestion on him.
Wait. On Adric?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay, we'll resolve that in just a second. Okay,
In a
so
second.
So Elisar, Pip is circling above the knocked over barrel, and you approach. Tell me how you approach.
Like over here, basically. Well, not through the house, but
Right, but I mean, are you just running up to it and stopping and looking around? Or are you gonna slow down and try and look, or what are you gonna do?
I stop next to Pip, I guess, and look at maybe she's
No,
at a
Pip is
point.
way up in the air.
Yeah, Pip's 50 feet in the air.
I'm gonna make a guess that he's gonna like he's either gone through here or he's either gone all the way around here. So I'm gonna run that way.
I'm
So
gonna ask.
you're just gonna pass the barrel. You're just gonna sprint past the barrel and go turn right and go into that little alleyway behind those houses. Those
Yes,
buildings.
maybe I can catch a glance of them like through the like little slots in the building.
Okay.
ADM, I have a question.
Yeah.
That other guy, the hooded figure, does it just like pop out like a magical thing, or did he just run away?
No, nobody saw. You guys heard that pop, and then Elisar went back to the window to investigate, and he saw a bit of a robe pass, turn the corner around the alley.
All right.
I think I've seen this movie before.
I think we all have.
And if I remember correctly, the
Okay.
guy wasn't in the robe, but it's okay. Let's keep going.
All right, Elisar, you sprint past the barrel and you turn right, heading into behind those buildings. It's dark, and the moon is not quite up all the way, but the sun is definitely down, so it's shaded more so. Go ahead and roll a perception.
Oh boy.
All right. You don't see anything. You don't notice anything out of place. You see the backyards of a couple homes. You see what looks to be maybe a small shop, a tinker's workbench out in the backyard next to a fence. You hear sounds of a dog waking up and start barking at you, sort of a chinkling of chains, but nothing else.
Okay, Pip is gonna stay above that barrel, watching to see if anything moves or leaves it.
Okay. Go ahead, roll perception. For Pip. Okay. Pip doesn't notice anything either.
Huh. Somebody should be inspecting that barrel, I guess. And I guess we're gonna leave that to Zixo when Zixo arrives.
Okay. Takes maybe half a minute, 45 seconds. Zixo comes, his legs pumping, red-faced. He hasn't exerted himself like this in quite a long time. Usually he's riding a Mastiff, but he comes charging around the corner and knows where Pip is. And what do you do?
I'm gonna go inspect the barrel.
Okay. You walk up to the barrel. Go ahead, roll investigation. Awesome. Okay, so you notice the barrel's empty. Obviously, it sort of bounced around and rolled a little bit when it got knocked over. But the way that the other barrels next to the building are stacked, there's no way that this barrel could have just fallen randomly. There's no breeze in the air to knock it over. Its weight would have kept it nice and secure on top of the pile. It looks like something must have brushed past it and knocked it over.
The other hidden entrances to the buildings right there or something?
No, you don't see anything. There's no cellar doors. There's no sewer entrances. There's no nothing like that. There's a window. This shop has a door that's nice and closed and latched, and Pip would have seen, or heard a door open or close if there had been anything like that.
All right, I guess I'll just try and hide and blend them in amongst that and listen and wait and see if my party reconvenes.
Okay. All right, Elisar, what are you gonna do? That's a nice stealth roll.
It's a wonderful stealth.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna be a bit stumped and maybe go over here and
Okay.
have a look around.
You running still, or are you just walking?
I'm gonna attempt to blend in with the crowd for now.
It's like 9 o'clock at night. There's no
I
crowd.
was really gonna ask
There's
that.
a
question.
few. There's a few people out. It seems to be pairs or groups moving together, but really no noticeable crowds, so to speak. You get out there and you turn the corner right there in front of the portmaster's office, and you hear the songs of some drunk sailors coming up from the port.
See nothing around? Nothing at all?
Mm-mm. Nope. Nothing that looks like your quarry.
Alright, I'll probably start heading towards number 11 then. Well, the shady part of town.
All right. Are you sprinting still, or are you just
Yes,
walking?
I'll probably sprint now. I'll probably sprint
Okay.
now.
Okay. And by this time, Reed, you've gotten your horse, and let's delete some of this stuff here. And you have come out of the inn on your space horse.
Mhm.
He
Naturally.
says, "Good day, Governor. Thought it was bedtime."
Yes.
Okay. Look, there may be England in space. You don't know.
Turns out all of space is just England.
Look, they colonized everything else down here. They had to go somewhere.
And they're specifically Cockney.
Specifically Hockney.
Yes.
Okay, so how much direction could Reed have reasonably gotten from Jatan prior to leaving?
I told you they went down this alleyway. Past that point, I gave you nothing else.
Okay, and you said basically no crowd whatsoever, right?
Yeah, it's late at night. There
Naturally.
seems to be when you exit the inn, you notice that there's people looking out. They had heard the scream of that lady, and there's people looking out. There's a couple people gathered on the street over here and whatnot, sort of looking, trying to figure out what's going on. And you hear commotion from up by the fort. You hear stomping, like boots marching. It seems that perhaps the guard is on its way.
Yeah, guys gonna follow Reed with this one. And help
Okay.
him out track that guy.
That's something kind of curious. Is there? I'm trying to think of what Reed would have done. So Jatan would have pointed off, kind of in the more northerly direction. So if Reed had specifically gone in that direction, would there be any indication of like anybody who had seen the pursuit? Because apparently we have like 3 people going off and doing things. Or could Reed maybe
sure.
see
The-
Pip?
there's a looks to be an old halfling lady right there on her porch, sort of just looking out her window, opening the door and looking out, and she sees you, and you can ask her if you want to.
Yeah, Reed would kind of ride up, I really love that Reed is completely armed right now. That was a really forward-thinking thing that happened earlier. He's going to scare everybody, but he actually has his weapons and such. So he's going to ride up and, give her a pleasant wave and then ask if she had seen a very fast-moving elf and possibly a gnome passing by.
Oh, yes, master. The gnome went that way, and I didn't see any elf, though. But yes, I saw that hard-charging gnome. His hat was flopping to the side, and his legs were pumping. And yes, he was going.
They didn't spell his beer though.
Oh, yes, he still had his full mug of beer.
So Reed will touch his forelock in her direction, wish her a good night, and head off in that direction.
Okay.
And
You
guys gonna charge as well.
okay? So you're following behind him.
Yep.
You guys turn that corner
Close
right
by.
here, and you guys come upon the overturned barrel. Is Pip still circling in the sky?
No, she's come down to me now.
Okay. So you guys approach the place where the barrel overturned, and you guys see Zixo. You see his hat poking up over the top of this pile of barrels he's trying to hide behind.
I was going to say, my passive perception is at least 7.
And you hear him. He's sort of talking to Pip a little bit under his breath, and he shh, 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 as you guys come up to him.
So Reed's gonna glance around at the
Hey,
fairly empty thoroughfare and then
What?
look over to the bobbing hat and say, "So, I take
what
it
are
he
you
was hunting
supposed
you
to
then."
be doing? Huh?
Say
James?
again. Oh yes. I pop up. Pip gave me away, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it was
if you
Pip.
say so. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Totally her.
So, did you see this thing you guys were chasing after? Because Reed did not see the thing that they were chasing after. He just saw them tear out of the inn.
I did not see anything, but Pip saw a barrel fall over and a fleeing person that I guess we were trying to chase. They quickly disappeared into perhaps invisibility. I don't know. But that might be my guess, is someone might have turned invisible and fled.
So, So naturally, we have the extremely magically gifted and talented Reed here. Trying to think of anything he can do with that information. Nope, got nothing.
No.
I don't think we have the skills
gonna-
yet to do what we need to do.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
if we had
try
a
and
powerful
track
paladin,
that
they
guy.
could track him down.
I'm
You have a
afraid
ranger.
that's not me yet.
You have a ranger, and I'm gonna try and track him. But
Okay.
I have no clue what I'm looking for.
Survival. Make a survival
Maybe-
check.
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Okay. Kai takes a moment.
I'm looking around the barrels.
Yep.
Any specific special
You see a
footprints
spot.
other than ours? Of course.
Yeah, you see a spot away from where Zixo was hiding that seems to have had someone crouch down for at least a moment there, sort of in underneath the lamp, the street lamp that's there, but in a shadowy corner. There's nobody there now, but there seems to be perhaps a small trail leading. Let me get my colors here.
Oh,
Leading out this way.
Get them crayons.
I got
And
juked.
where are we right now? We're here?
You guys are right here.
Okay, cool.
Do this color for you
So-
guys.
So do I tell my mates? Guys, let's go that way. And where is Alisar? Is he...
Elisar's like up here.
No, I was like, I had an idea halfway through and wanted to go back to
Yeah,
where the barrel was.
He came this way and stopped and took a perception check and then sprinted this way. Didn't see anything except maybe a couple people on the street and then took off running this way.
Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Adric and Dratan are arguing over the finer points of what it means to be baby legs.
yep,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that we were going to do that.
yeah, I still need that wisdom save, bro.
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
Oh, here we go.
You're really? Do you have a spell slot for suggestion?
I have a spell slot for suggestion. I have
All
two,
right.
in fact.
Okay. Okay. Out of character. As long as it's not anything mean, I'll let you do this. Okay.
It's debatably mean, but it's not like going out of my way to hurt him. All right, you fail. Guess what? You get to listen to.
All
I
right.
take out my violin and I begin to play. Adric, the
Yeah?
people in town are scared, think murder in our hearts. You should go them, tell them all. It was just one of your thoughts.
You get inspiration for that. That was
I
awesome.
already have it.
This is not
Can
going to
I-
end well.
Can I finish my meal first?
Oh, I cast this before
As-
the meal came out.
As the final refrain of farts and in the tavern, There's the people huddled in the back that are still just speechless at everything that's gone on. The innkeeper pokes her head out of the kitchen, and through the doorway comes a contingent of guardsmen. It seems to be led by a sergeant, and there's about 6 guards there looking around.
Yep.
The sergeant approaches you two, who seem to be next to the damaged part of the inn, and
Before he
approaches you.
says a word, I'd like to put a finger up and say, sorry, friend. Don't freak out. That was just one of my farts. All right.
And the guardsman, as he was about to speak, you speak first, and he just sits there like a fish for a minute, his mouth opening and closing, just not entirely sure what to say.
Okay, Mulch Diggums, would you like to steal any Oscars now?
He finally regains his composure, and he says, we heard screaming and a commotion here. What's going on?
He let out a really loud one.
And a bit before that, there was an illusion of a lady ripping off her face. We're not really sure why, but it was a bit on the uneasy side.
That was uneasy, and then just Once you got here like a minute later, because the smell could have killed a mule.
Just
The guardsman again doesn't quite know what to say. And so instead he turns around, he motions his men, he sends 3 outside, and then sends 2 to the people in the back. They begin questioning them, and then he tells the last remaining guard member to stand and watch you two, since you seem too jovial for being taken seriously. And he goes and he starts speaking with the innkeeper. The Zixo, Reed, and Kai, what are you guys going to do? Actually, no, let's go to Elisar. It's been a while, Elisar. What are you going to do?
Sure.
But I don't know if you saw the chapter, but I wanted to go back to what's the barrel, because I thought of something that I forgot about because I went through it, and I'm silly.
Okay. You make it halfway down that street and realize that it's getting darker. There's some, ominous feeling of being in this part of town. You realize after you had traveled there earlier in the night, it was already pretty sketchy, and now it's getting even sketchier. So you turn around and you head back towards the barrel, and you come around the corner and you see your companions there by the barrel.
And the magnificent Space Horse.
And the Space Horse that's glittering slightly.
Yep.
By the way, Adric, you'll be saying that for the next 8 hours.
Assuming you hold concentration, yes.
Assuming that, yes. You okay with the hockey?
Also, I do
Yeah.
appreciate
This is awesome.
the lyrics. Yeah.
I spent the entire time you guys were doing all that just writing things down.
Jesus Christ.
That is awesome. Well-deserved inspiration.
You would have to save. It would have been 13.
Damn.
You were
So you just barely missed it.
The worst part is I get +5 to wisdom saves.
All right, so Zixo, Reed, Kai, and Elisar, what are you guys going to do?
Oh, I'm not by the barrel now.
So Reed's just going to look at his
That's
allies
gonna-
who went tearing off and just eyebrows raised, waiting for one of them to do something.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
lead
like, yeah.
everyone towards
If I'm-
that direction, that tracks where the track leads.
Okay. Guys,
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna.
crap, what's going on?
I-
Okay, there we go. All right, so Kai heads across the street, and are you going to try and pick up the tracks over here?
And Zixo
Yeah, sure.
follows him.
As long as I can track them wherever they lead.
Okay. Once you reach this point, it gets a little harder. Make another survival check.
Sure.
At this point, Reed's going to bend over and whisper to Zixo, "What are we looking for?"
You're able to see the tracks as they fade away, and it seems that they might be leading still straight across the street, but you're not entirely certain. There's a lot of traffic that was coming down this way, back and forth, that's really mixed into them. You lose it in the middle of the street.
Guys, this This is the part of the shady part of the town. I believe, I think a guy can help us with this. Yeah, that asshole from Magic Shop.
Who's
Keep
an
in mind,
asshole? What are
you
talking about?
haven't told us any of this, so Reed's just looking at you.
Yeah, trust me, I just know.